butterflies, and this video is going to be the BookTube TMI Tag. So it's like 7 o'clock at night and I don't really have any sunlight, and don't even ask me why I chose to film this late at night, because I really wasn't going to film today, but then all of a sudden I just felt like sitting in front of the camera and making a video. So I'm going to do the BookTube TMI Tag, which I was tagged by Cherry from Cherry Walker, and she is a booktuber. She does booktube videos and she does makeup videos, and I will link her YouTube page in the description bar so you guys can go check her videos out, which I think are really awesome. So you guys should really go look at her videos. And this TMI tag has 50 questions in it, so I'm going to try not to make it a really long video. So I'm not going to try to spend too much time on the questions, and I'm just going to try to speed right through them. And I didn't write any answers down for this tag, so I'm really just, I scanned through the list to see, what kind of questions it was, but other than that, I really didn't do any pre-planning for this video. So I have my computer here with the questions on it so I can answer them. The first question is, whose clothes style from a book character do you like? I guess right now, I'm not just saying it because I'm reading it right now, but I really did like, for what I'm getting, Mare's clothes style from Red Queen. And like, she has the tomboy style. Like, I really liked, but I also liked how they described her training gear in Red Queen, which is the first book, when she went to training. Like, something tight that fit, and it was like leather, and it reminded me of like something Storm wore, like something just like a onesie. So I really liked that. Number 2 is your book boyfriend or fictional crush. Oh my god, I have so many of these. Okay, like I have a lot.
There is Cal from Red Queen. I really love Elias from The Ember and the Ashes. Boar from Divergent. Edward and Jacob from Twilight. And I really like Jasper from Twilight too. I think Jasper is so cute. But also they're gonna move from Red Queen. I really want him to play Maven from Red Queen. Just looking at his pictures kind of get that. He looks like he's nerdy and like he's really nice. He wouldn't do anything, but also when he turns evil, he looks like he is meant to be evil.
Number 3 is, ever loved a character but then started hating him? Yes. Maven from Red Queen is a really good description of that. Like, I started loving him, but then I hated him. But also, I really started loving Liv from Dream a Little Dream, and I didn't necessarily 100% hate her by the end of the book, but she became really annoying to me, and I started not to like her. So we was on the verge to hate, but then the book ended, so it didn't get that far. Number 4, biggest, longest book on your shelf. I think that would have to be the complete collection of tales and poems of Edgar Allan Poe. I think that is the biggest book that I have on my shelf. Number 5, the heaviest book on your shelf, which again I would think would be the complete tales and poems of Edgar Allan Poe. Number 6 is, do you have any book posters? I do actually. I have one, and it came with the book that I got, which is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. It actually came with a poster for the book and a signed book plate. So I do have one book poster. Number 7, do you have any themed jewelry? No, but I would like some, but I don't. Number 8, your book OTP or one true pairing. And again, I'm being so repetitive in this video. And it is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I'm just going crazy over that book right now. But it could also be Twilight by Stephanie Myers, because I am a Twihard. Always have been before the movies even came out and I was reading the books. I'm totally a Twihard, and I'm just big on Red Queen. So both of them, I guess, would have to be on one true pairing, which wouldn't really be one. So I guess my 2 true pairings. Number 9 is favorite book series, and oh my god, that's hard. Right now, I would have to say Twilight by Stephanie Myers, because that is the only book series that I have started and finished. So I would love to say Red Queen, but I have not finished that series yet, because they only have 2 books out, and it's supposed to be a 3rd book, so it's a trilogy. So I can't really say Red Queen because I haven't read the 3rd book. But definitely Twilight, because that is the only one that I have started and finished. And not just that, but I loved it. Number 10, your favorite book to movie soundtrack. And that would have to be Twilight again, because that's the only book that I've read that's actually become a movie. And not just that, I love Christina Perri so much. I love that song. I loved all the piano playing that they had for Twilight. Now, I like the Hunger Games soundtrack, but the only problem with that is I never read Hunger Games, but I even then I don't like that soundtrack more than I like the Twilight soundtrack. Number 11 is a book story you miss or wish would continue. Twilight. I wish Twilight would continue. Like, I don't need like maybe one more book, like continuing with the original series, you know, because Life or Death came out too, but to me that's not really part of the series. But I would love just like one extra book, like even if it's when Renesmee is an adult or whatever. But I just probably just one more book to, you know, fill me up and just end me off. Number 12, my favorite standalone. Guys, I have no idea what it would be my favorite standalone, and I have read a lot of books. And I want to say this book that I read a long time ago from the library. It's called Wings, but I recently found out that it was not a standalone, that it was actually a series. So I'm definitely going to have to continue that series, because I'm going to start all over and read Wings again, because it's been a long time since I read it. Oh, maybe Bunheads. I read Bunheads a very long time ago, and I can't remember. I don't know who the author is of that book. I can't remember who the author is, but I checked it out from the library a long time ago. But I really enjoyed that book. Like, I really loved reading that book. It was a nice sized book, so you guys should definitely go look it up. And I'm going to go look it up, so when I find out who the author is, I will definitely put that in the description box below, so you guys can go actually read that book. I don't know if it's based off the series that they made for Bunheads or not, but I know I really love that book. Number 13, when do you read books? So I read books, most of the time I read it at nighttime. I'm a big night owl. I will read during the day, but not as much as I would sit down and read at night. Like, once the sun goes down, it's just something clicks in my head that says, Kayla, it's time to read, and that's all I want to do is read. And I can sit down for hours at night and read. But during the daytime, I will read, like, when I'm at school and in between classes, or if I'm not doing anything. But I don't really have the itch to read during the day. I mostly have the itch to read at night. So during nighttime is when I mostly read. Number 14, which Hogwarts house are you in? Now, I did not read the books for Harry Potter yet. But I did watch the first movie, a little bit of the second movie, and the last movie. But I do plan on reading the Harry Potter books. But even though I haven't read the books yet, I did take the house sorting quiz, okay, and I got sorted into House of Gryffindor. So I watched the first movie enough to know the difference between the houses. And am I okay with that? I most definitely am okay with that, since I get to be in the house with Harry and Ron, and you know, it's with all the main characters pretty much. So that's my house. Now, will I probably have a different view, like after I read the book and refresh? Maybe so, because I mean, I wouldn't really want to be in the main house that everyone wants to be in, just so I could be different. But I definitely wouldn't want to be in Slytherin, because I'm not evil. Number 15, quality you look for in a book. It really depends. I don't really look for the same thing in every book. It depends on what genre it is. Like, a lot of the times with fantasy novels, I want it to make me feel like I wish I was in that world. Like, I want it to make me crave it. I want, you know, I'm looking for humor in books. I want it to be funny. I don't want it to just drag on all the time. And if I'm reading a horror book, I really want it to scare the socks off of me. Like, I want to have nightmares about this book. I don't want it to just be something like, oh, that's like children scary. Like, I want like adult scary, like make me cry kind of scary in a book. And that's what I look for. I'm looking for something in all books that, and the one thing in all books that I'm looking for is something that's going to keep my attention. Like, don't give me give this beautiful cover with a beautiful name and a beautiful synopsis, and then I start reading the book and it's boring. I want something that is going to catch my attention and hold on to it. Number 16, your favorite book quotes. Oh my god, I wish I had my notebook right now, because I have a lot of them. The only one I can remember right now that's in my head is from Snow Like Ashes, and it is, even the biggest blizzard started with the smallest snowflake, I think. It's probably not word for word, but I know I started off really good. But that's what we're going to go with. Number 17, your favorite author. Oh my god, I have so many right now. But my number one favorite author is Stephen King, and I have read a couple of his books and watched his book to movies, and I love Stephen King just so much because I love horror movies and horror books, and he does it perfectly. Like, I love him. My number 2 would have to be Stephanie Myers, because she created the best series ever in books, and that was the Twilight series. And you guys should really go and read those books if you haven't. And if you haven't read them books, I don't know if you've been living under a rock or what, but those are my top 2 favorite authors. Number 18, your favorite book cover. Oh my god. That is hard. Right now, I'm not even gonna lie, my favorite book cover is probably Illuminate, that I haven't even read yet, but it is so beautiful, because if you guys know, that dust jacket comes off and it is amazing. The dust jacket is amazing, and then when you take it off, it's like a piece of heaven under the dust cover. So, number 19, action or romance? I want to say action, because if I chose romance, all romance books are not the same, and I don't like dry romance. I guess I would say I like erotica, which I didn't know there had a difference between regular romance and then that stuff. I always thought erotica was like porn in books. That's what I always thought erotica was. But somebody, you know, brought that to my attention, and that's not necessarily what it is. But I don't like dry romance books where everything is, we fell in love at first sight, we got married, the end. No, I like romance books that have drama in it, that's relatable, that, you know, couples fight, they break up, they get back together, whatever. You know, I like real books like that. But I would say action just because of that. I really love action because it keeps you on your toes. It's just like in Ember in the Ashes. It was such a good action book. Every chapter I was like, oh my god, what's about to happen? What's going to happen to them? They're going to do this, going to get in trouble. Why would they do this? So I really love action because it makes you sit there and talk. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do that? You have a death wish. So I love action books. Number 20. Where do you go when a sad moment happens? I don't really go anywhere, I guess. Yeah, I don't really go anywhere. So that's that question that I'm really going to, especially when something sad happens in a book. Number 21. How long do you need to finish a book? If I actually read every day, a week, depending on how long the book is. But I will go like 2 days without reading at all. So, but if I actually read every day, just a week. That's all I need. Especially if I'm actually sitting down reading, not reading a chapter and getting tired. I'm having one of those moments. Yeah, I just need a week. Number 22. How long is your mourning period? Okay, so after I finish the book, I give myself maybe a day or two to get myself together to start the next book. So 2 days at the most. But once I start reading the next book, I try to push that out of my mind. So my mourning period is 2 days max. Number 23, my least favorite book. My least favorite book has to be Reached by Ali Condi. And that is the 3rd book in the Match trilogy. And I hated that book just so much. I did a review on it. Like, I really hated that book. I didn't do the review on Match or Cross because it had been a while, you know, when I started BookTube, since I read those books and I didn't want to do a review. But Reached, I hated. I hated it just so much. It could have been a whole lot better. And yeah, that's pretty much that. You guys should go look at it. I will link it if you want to go watch. Number 24, turn on in a character. Okay, so my turn ons in a character is you have to be down to earth. Don't be a stuck up character. So I like down to earth characters which are relatable. I love tomboys. I love characters that can speak their mind and not be scared of who cares. I love characters that have a sense of humor that'll make me laugh, you know, but also have a sensitive side. You don't have to be tough boy, tough girl all the time, but you know, you have a soft side to be like, oh, that's just so, oh my god, one of those characters. I love characters like that, but don't be annoying, okay? 25, turn off in a character. Okay, so I don't like annoying characters. I don't like boring characters. I don't like characters that don't develop in a book, that just stay the same the whole book. I don't like bad attitudes in characters. I don't like ugly characters. When I say ugly characters, I don't mean like appearance. I mean as an attitude. Don't have an ugly attitude. I don't like characters like that. Evangeline is a prime example of characters like that. Don't have an ugly attitude. Don't have a nasty attitude. Number 26, reason I joined BookTube. Okay, the reason I joined BookTube is because I love books. I love books and I love poetry, and that is what my page is about, is books and poetry. And I love reading so much. And you know, just like a lot of people I'm sure out there, not too many people that are around you on an everyday basis don't really read as much as I do, so I can't really sit down and discuss a book with them and talk books with them. So this is my way of getting that out of my system. I can come here and talk to everyone that loves to read books, to other bookworms like myself, and we can sit here and discuss the same books that we read and make reviews and exchange our ideas. And that's really why I joined BookTube, because I wanted that, you know, that connection to people to where, yeah, I read that book too, and did you like this part? Well, I like that part, you know, to exchange information with each other. So that's why I joined BookTube. Number 27, a scary book. Okay, so any of Stephen King books are scary books. So you guys should definitely go and read those and check those out. I read A Body in the Woods by April Henry. It was supposed to be scary, but it wasn't really scary. To me, I don't think it was on my age level for scare exactly. So I don't want to say that was really scary, but it was more, it made you paranoid more than scared. Another scary book. There's this book I read a long time ago. I can't remember the name of it because I didn't even finish it because it was just gross and it was weird. So I was like, no way. So I started reading it. It was gross and it was creeping me out. So I started reading it. Oh, Tales from the Graveyard is a really good book. I actually did a review on that. I got that book from NetGalley. It was an ebook. It's 4 different books, I think, wrapped up into one book. I read it for Halloween. It was really good, but it was really gross. But it was a really good book. Those are all the books I can think about right now that I know for sure are scary. Number 28, the last book that made you cry. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. That book had me in tears. I read it in December. It had me crying just so much at the end. I was just in my feelings, and I couldn't believe everything that happened. I could believe, but I couldn't believe. I didn't think that exactly was going to happen. And I was just so in my feelings. I cried. Like, I cried. I cried like somebody did something to me. Like, it was that serious. Number 29, the last book that you gave 5 stars. I cannot remember off the tip of my tongue. What was the last book that I gave 5 stars? I can't even honestly answer that question. I can't truthfully answer it because I don't remember. And I can give you a name, but I'm definitely not sure if that's the last book that I gave 5 stars to. So I'm going to have to pass on that question. Number 30, any favorite book titles? Now with this question, I'm not sure if they mean like, oh, the name of the book is clever, or is it just my favorite book? If we're just talking about the name of the book is clever, then I love the title of the book that I recently bought, and it's called 37 Things I Love in No Particular Order. So I really like the name of that book, and I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to make this video too freaking long. Number 31, the last book that you read. The last book that I read is Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. I'm still reading Glass Sword. I'm less than 100 pages shy of finishing, so I will definitely be finishing that tonight. So, but I'm not finished with it yet. So technically, the last book that I read was Cruel Crown. Number 32, the book you're currently reading, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, and I'm going to finish that tonight. Like, I only have like a handful of chapters left, and I'm less than 100 pages short of finishing. Number 33, the last book adaptation that you watched. Hunger Games, I think, was the last book adaptation that I watched. Had to be. So, yeah. And when I mean Hunger Games, I mean Mockingjay. Number 34, a book character you always wanted to talk to. Oh my god. It would have to be someone from Twilight. Like, somebody else I've always wanted to talk to. Alice. Because Alice seems just so much fun. I would love Alice as a best friend. She just like so whatever, and like life is life kind of attitude, and I really loved Alice. So I've always wanted to sit down and just have a conversation with her, and you know, just to get to know her and become friends. Like, definitely. Number 35, an author you always wanted to talk to. I don't know. It's like a toss-up between Stephanie Meyers and Stephen King. Okay, because I've read their books for a long time, so it's a toss-up between those two. Whichever one would like to talk to me will be just fine with me, but it's between those two. Number 36, your favorite book snack. I have so many. Okay, so my favorite book snack would probably be Cheetos. And it's weird because, you know, I would hate to get a book messed up. So when I'm eating a snack and reading, I'm kind of one hand reading because I don't want to touch my book with the hand that I'm eating with. So I try to hold the book with my right hand and eat with my left hand. Since I'm right-handed, I have better control with my right hand. So it's real awkward when I'm eating a snack and reading. Number 37, a book world you want to live in. Oh, the world from Snow Like Ashes. And I said that before. It just seems like such a colorful world. Like, and I would love to live in either summer or autumn, because I would say spring, but spring is just such an evil kingdom right now, and I would not live in it at all. I want nothing to do with it. And me and cold weather don't mix, so I could not be in winter at all. But I love, you know, hot weather, and I'm a summer baby, so it would either be summer or autumn. Number 38 is the least world you want to live in. I probably would not want to live in the world from Red Queen. It's just, I wouldn't want to be treated the way I would hate to be, you know. I wouldn't want to be treated like the Reds, and I wouldn't want to treat others like the way Silvers treat others. So I would not want to live in that world. It's just, it's so messed up right now. I wouldn't want to live there. It's not a happy place at all. I can't even tell you it's a colorful place because it's just not. Number 39, the last time you smelled a book. This is such a weird question. I don't know. Do people smell their books? You know what? I can see it because I've done it before. You know, when you're laying down and reading, you just put the book on your face and you're like, oh, it smells like a fresh book. I have no idea when the last time I smelled a book. I have no idea. I think it would be something more subconsciously that I do and I really notice that I'm doing it. So I have no idea. Number 40, weird insults used in a book. I don't know, and I know there's a lot, but I can't think of any right now. I'm having like a brain fart. Number 41, favorite romance book. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of this book, but I remember exactly how it was. And it was an African-American romance book that I got from the library, and it was about...
He was a police officer, and she was a reporter / journalist, and she witnessed a murder a crime that she wasn't supposed to see, so they were out to get her. She went to the police, they put her in witness protection, and the police officer that was over her, that was watching her, that lived with her for witness protection, they ended up falling for each other, and it was just so... I love this book so much, and I can't remember the name of it, but I know the cover when I see it, but I cannot remember the name of this book, and I love this book so much, and I wish I could remember the name of this book. And I can't remember who the author was, and I read it a while ago, but I really loved it.
Number 42, do you write? I do, actually. Not only do I write poetry, like I said before in one of my videos, I was writing a book and I lost the whole book. I had it saved to my flash drive and to my computer. I switched computers, put the book on the new computer, and I needed space, so I deleted it off the computer. And then my flash drive started to act crazy and told me to format my flash drive, and I did it, erased everything on my flash drive, so I lost the book from everywhere. I couldn't even get it out of my recycling bin. It was just gone. So I've been kind of scarred over that experience. But yes, I do definitely write. And one day, hopefully, I would be able to get a book out there. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of book it would be. But the book that I was working on was a romance book. So it may be a romance book. Hopefully in the future, I can actually get my pride back up to start working on it again. Number 43, my favorite magical item. And I don't really have a favorite item because a lot of books that I like with magic are the ones where, kind of like in Red Queen, the magic is in you itself. You know, I would love to use my hands and just have the magic there. I wouldn't want to be confined to just an object. I would like to be like, man, like I could just create my magic. Number 44, your Quidditch position. I know this is from Harry Potter. My favorite Quidditch position. But I would not know because I know what it is. It's the game they play, flying around on the brooms and stuff. But I'm not that familiar with Harry Potter, so I couldn't answer that question honestly because I would not know.